We have Captain Limmy with me, if he's on the mic. Captain Limmy.
I am indeed.
Say hello to everyone. To all me.
Hi.
Right, so basically, if you're watching, I do appreciate it. This is basically, if you don't know, a new thing for me. Limmy is normally the commentator on his own, but I have decided to join him and get into it. This is a practice session for my racing league. My racing league is a little sort of thing I'm doing just as a bit of a project, just to sort of get into it and see how it goes. It's taking place on every Friday at 10 o'clock and every other Saturday pretty much at 10 o'clock. We've already done, I think it's 6 or 7 races so far. It might not even be that much, I've lost count. Was it 5? Right, there you go, it's 5, thank you, Jack. It's 5 races we've done so far. Austria is the next race on the calendar on Friday, so we're doing a bit of a practice session. We've got 12 of our drivers. Not everyone obviously can. We normally have 20, but not everyone can make it tonight. So we've got 12 drivers, and we're looking to see what they can bring to the table in Austria ahead of Friday's real race. So we're in qualifying at the moment, and yeah, basically that's it. But obviously we're gonna have a bit of a break now, not say too much in qualifying, and then obviously commentate the race. Like I say, it's only a practice. Still very competitive. Obviously everyone's going to race, or I'd like to think they're going to race like they will on Friday, and we will see what happens. You want anything in, Limmy? Have I missed anything out? Do you want to?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Right, so Limmy's going to be the main commentator. Obviously if you've heard him before, you know how good he is. He puts me to shame. I'm new to it. So he's the Martin Tyler, I'm the Gary Neville sort of thing. So I'm new to it.
Not bad.
Well, Gary Neville's not bad. That's what I mean. He's not bad, but he's not quite Martin Tyler, is he? So yeah, we've got 12 of our races tonight. We'll go through them. We've got Hobbsy in the McLaren. He's currently second in the standings, I believe. He won Monaco at the weekend, which is a very good win for him. Very big win for him. Then we have Jay Luke. He's only just joined, and he already was on. He got a podium, didn't he? He got a podium in Australia at the weekend in his first race. So definitely one to look out for. Zed Jelly is the leader as Jacob Rice retires. Zed Jelly is the leader so far. He's won practically every race and has been pretty much untouchable in the Red Bull. We've got Jay Wills, who's moved from Williams to McLaren due to his teammate not being the most reliable, shall we say. So he's now in the McLaren alongside Hobbsy. We've got L. Wyatt, who's also moved teams. He's now a Mercedes driver. He was a Alpha. But he's also moved teams due to me leaving. He's took my place in Mercedes, so he best. We've got Born Goofy in the Williams. He's only just joined. He's from Belgium. He raced. Did he race Monaco? No, he didn't race Monaco. He raced Australia at the weekend for his first race. Jacob Rice has retired. He's in the Ferrari. We've got Top Dog in the Toro Rosso alongside Chimp. He's had a pretty good season so far, Chimp. I think he's P5. I'll check that. He's had a good season so far. Then we've got Mike in the Red Bull. He got his first points of the season in Australia at the weekend. He's a very talented racer, but he had a bit of a tough time with it this season. But he did get some points in Austria. I think I think he got 4th or 5th. My knowledge is awful considering it's my league. It's pretty poor. Then we've got Ryan Mills in the Renault. We won't say too much about him. I think we won't say much about Mills. Mills is just Mills. He just turns up, and I don't think he knows where he's half the time. But anyway, yeah. So thank you for all 12 for turning up for a practice session tonight. Hopefully they can show us what they can do. They're also technically fighting for a place in Limmy's league. Limmy, do you want to give everyone a bit of information about your league?
Before I do that, Hobbsy was on for a 1 minute 4.
Oh,
until
I've not really been looking. I've sort of been just talking about the stream. I've not really been looking at the.
Don't worry about my league too much. Let's concentrate on.
Okay, no problem. No problem at all.
Half of the session so far. It's the second shortest track on the calendar. 10 corners, 7 right, 3 left. Basically a clockwise circuit. It's a fun circuit. It's very fast. About 72% taken at full power. You've got 3 DRS zones on a small track as well. Lots of overtaking, not too many places you can go off either, which makes it really, really fun. And also, because it's such a quick lap time of only 65 seconds in quali, the times are going to be a little bit closer on Friday, but it gives the drivers a sense of direction, a sense of what times they can get tonight. We've kept it dry, could have had some rain, but we'll do that on Wednesday, and it gives them a chance to also test out. It is a one-stop strategy, but you know, you have a safety car and whatnot, that can change.
Well, that's the thing. With every race we've done this season, it hasn't been not one race has been in the rain. We've kept it clear for every race. So it's getting to that stage now where we might want to add a bit of a twist. We're about half. I think there's 14 tracks, haven't there? So we're getting towards the halfway stage of the season. So it's getting to that stage now where Jelly gets the fastest lap of a 1:05.3. But yeah, it's getting to that stage now in the season where you want to start adding a bit of a twist. These guys all know how to race, well, most of them anyway. And it's getting to that stage now where you want to add a bit of a twist and bring some rain into it, or not saying full rain and full wets for the full race, but a bit of rain here and there just to mix things up. So that could be introduced on Friday. We'll discuss it. We've got Austria on Friday, and then I believe it's the Spanish Grand Prix on Saturday. So two big races. I know, Lewis in the Merc. It's going to take a bit of time getting used to, isn't it? He's on the grass.
Facing the Dutch fans in the corner. He's still sat on the grass letting the cars go past.
I always remember the Dutch fans when Max Verstappen won here in real life. Just had a sea of orange in that stand. But yeah, we're not going to talk too much in qualifying, are we? But sit back and chill out for qualifying. There's still plenty of time yet, as Lewis comes off yet again. We're watching the same person.
When you go on the gravel, you got no grip whatsoever. No, practice races, it's not going to be ever as entertaining as a real race.
No, of course
we're not in the attitude, and we're not here to scream for no reason. But it's a good opportunity for, especially you've never commentated before, really, apart from Abu Dhabi on a different league. You've never done Austria. You need to, learn the corners and learn the most important parts and what kind of lines people take. Because top, middle, bottom, they can take some different lines. I mean, you saw in the Abu Dhabi race with the PSF1 league that they know how to abuse a curve, they know how to use all the lines and brake at the perfect point.
Yeah.
And get, literally on this track, we'd probably beat the top runner by half a second in every single corner just because they know how to do it well and efficiently. Lots of yellow flags, it's just people getting out of each other's way. We've had 2 thirds of quali, and the top 3 separated by less than half a second. Good view of the pit lane.
I'm looking at that as well. I'm just sort of setting up the stream at the moment, just making sure everything's okay. I'm assuming we're okay. We've got 11 people viewing, which is not bad for the first night. I appreciate everyone who's joined. We've got any comments? We've got, Amelia Greenwood. Oh, I love that.
I don't know. But if you go on board with Lewis, you'll see the Paddock Club, and I really want to do that in real life when I've got the moolah later on.
Yeah, we'll take it with you.
Club. Yeah, take Greenwood as well, why not?
And we've got Ryan Hussey, who is Favy Venom. He's not here tonight, but he has been pretty good, shall we say, since he started in the racing point. He's been up there every single race in his racing point. Him and Arav, his teammate in the racing point, I believe, are top of constructors. I think they wasn't, but because Jelly's been bossing it in the Red Bull. But Mikey's teammates had a bit hit and miss, so it's give Racing Point the opportunity. They've been very consistent, and they, to be fair, deserve to be top of the constructors and are definitely favourites for it at the moment. So shout out to Ryan Hussey.
Probably didn't even race in the USA. It's actually quite incredible. Very consistent.
Oh yeah,
driver.
that's a very good point. He didn't even race the first race of the season.
Millsy is making his way round to turn 6 at the moment. And he's actually using that line pretty well for turn 7. He's gone purple, second sector. Now, whether that's a glitch or not, I'm not sure. It looks quick, but not as quick as Shea Luke's time, because that 1:04.6 is unbelievable. Anyway, Mills is making his way down to turn 10. Only 10 corners on this track. Past the finish line, what can Mills do? Puts in a 1:06.4. Goes 4th fastest, which is not that bad. Only a second behind Jake, and half a second in front of Jay Wills as well. 4 minutes to go, and I'm guessing, Hedge, we're about to see the last batch of laps very soon.
I would have thought so, mate. I'm just making sure that the stream's okay. It seems
lap by
okay.
J-Luke.
Got some comment. Oh, got some comments here. Let me have a quick look.
Oh, yeah. Go
Sorry for interrupting you. We've got Willsy, who says, which is Jay Wills, in the McLaren. He says, I bottled a lap when I was 6 tenths up. Well, are we surprised?
I don't know. It would have got in one place. That's for sure.
We have. Oh, Favi says I can jump on and start from the back. If you hurry up, mate, you got 3 minutes to join. You should have an invite.
I mean, yeah. Why not?
So if you can join within the next 3 minutes, then feel free, mate. I've sent everybody an invite, so you should have one.
On board with Jelly, who's going to try and match J-Luke's pace. We know how quick he is. Gone purple second. Don't know if that's true or not. But let's see. So he's routing down to turn 9, the double right-hander in Austria, and we see cars push it on the race when they think they have a traction, but don't. We may see a couple, and he's cancelled. So he's not going to improve on J-Luke's pace. Shimp is not on a lap at the moment. Lewis might be. Down to turn 9, right hand, uses a bit of a curve, which is quite cool. Chimp's happy with his time. Lewis crosses the line. Can he improve on a 7.9? He goes 7.9. Can't improve on his time. Smith is in the Ferrari. Can talk us through that? He's 1.5 tenths up at the moment.
Mate, so I was just slotting the stream out. So Smithy is in the Ferrari. You are right. He needs a much better lap time if he wants to break into that. Oh, so I'm starting the commentary and he cancels me.
So what you probably want to do is go on board with Mike, because he's on his out lap at the moment, and take us on the lap of Austria.
No pressure,
he's just giving himself some time.
Just quickly, do you know how to copy a stream link? That's one thing I'm struggling to do, and a couple of people want it. If you can help me out and try and figure that out for me, that'd be great.
I mean, I'll do it when the quality's over.
Yep. No rush.
So take us on the lap with Mike. He's,
right.
So he hasn't got time, and he needs to put in a 5 something here.
Well, Mike's more than capable with how quick Mike can be. Ryan Hussey's even telling me how to copy a link now. How would I be without this guy? So yeah, Mike into turn 1, takes it quite well, goes over the curb a little bit, but it won't cost him an invalidated lap. Needs to get his foot down here on the long straight. Obviously my commentating isn't as fluent as Jack, and I don't have all these posh words, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. It will come as Mills retires. I think that was in the pits. I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, bear with me on this. Mike, looking okay. Let me just get his telemetry up. Once again, I'm very unprepared, as I was yesterday. Typical me, really.
Oh, wow.
2 seconds.
J-Luke's improved.
J-Luke has absolutely flown with a 104.4 in the Williams, and I think it's safe to say, bar an absolute miracle from Mike, he is starting pole for the practice race.
He's doing alright though. Second sector time was good as well. We'll say it's good because he hasn't gone. Wow, look at that, taking lots of curve. That's actually pretty clean. We might get a 104 here. Crosses the line, 105.002. Actually puts him second faster. It did look good. You can see when you've done commentary for a while, you can just tell when a line works. He took the last 2 corners superbly, and only just over half a second from J-Luke. Jelly can't improve, and Hobbsy does improve, not enough to overtake Mike into P2. So Mike and J-Luke swapping the order around on the front grid, Kez. And I did say actually before I came and joined you, once I was putting my shopping away, I said, Mike.
Oh! J-Luke, sorry to interrupt you, Limmy, he's just got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with somebody. I didn't catch who it was, so his P1 has gone.
So Mike's got. I said, make sure you get on the front row, Mike, and he has done. He's actually first now. That can be a glitch, though. I have seen that be a glitch. Might not be. He might actually start 5th.
Well, J-Luke just put in the comments, let's say what? What's going on there? So I don't know what's happened. He didn't even touch him, he said. So I don't know what's happened there. Luckily, it is only a practice, so it doesn't make a massive difference. But it is a bit frustrating for him, especially with a lap like that. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. I mean, Favi, if you want to join quickly, I don't know if you're in or not, but you've literally got no time, so do it now. I don't know if you're in or not. It's not come up that you've joined, but if you want to join, mate, try and hurry up and get in now. You've got literally I mean, what? Less than a minute? I know it says 2 minutes left, but realistically, if no one carries on driving, it will end. Oh, he's in! He's in! He's in! So we've got 13. Happy days. Happy days. I'm going to have a quick break and get a drink before the race starts. I'm back in 2 minutes.
He's already feeling the pressure. He's only on 15 minutes, bless him. Right, let me
I heard
see
that.
if I can get comments up. So he hasn't gone for a drink.
I'm going to get him one now. I'm just literally trying to sort the stream out, make sure everything's okay. Yeah, I'll be back literally within the next 30 seconds.
See if I can get the comments up. Why is it not letting me search? Oh, there we go. Hi. Right, what are the comments saying? Tut, looks like I'm coming for you, Jay. Ooh, I'm in. Jay Smith parked in front of a pit lane entry line and had to avoid him. Smashed it, says Mike. Naomi's clapping. Yeah, Mike is on pole. In Austria. And Mike has some... I was doing I did something with Jake the other day. I did some one-lappers. Davey Coulthard and Rosberg did it. One-lappers on Austria. And I'm pretty good with my race starts, but I don't know why, but Jake had good race starts, so we'll see if he can improve on my fourth. The qualifying is spread so far. Never understood how it can spread that far. There we go.
Right,
so
I am back.
it is a bit misty, but that's funny, and chill, and moist, and that means temperature's lower, less traction. Woo!
I think we're good to go. We've got 13 people in the stream, which is pretty good. Not bad at all for a practice race. So thank you to all 13 people that are here. I had a few drinks today as well, so if I do start stuttering, Limmy will have to save me. Just putting it out there. Make myself look a bit stupid. So that's Limmy's job.
I get drunk on the leg, you know. No, I don't.
Yeah, but just put it out there, Limmy. You know, when you step in and save me, you know what I'm like. I start stuttering like an idiot. So anyway, enough of that. We're on to the formation lap, I believe, unless Jake's not put one in yet. We have got a formation lap. Yeah, that's just 36 laps of Austria. How many of the 12? Oh, Fabi's not in.
No.
He mustn't have got. He mustn't have been in time.
Before they check a flag.
So we're down to 12. Well, we're not down to 12. We're stuck with 12. The racing point has not entered in time.
So 36 laps can be done in literally 45 minutes. I mean, the real life was done in like 1 hour 20. It was quick. And Verstappen was like, he actually stalled and somehow won the race. I don't know how. It's a one-stop strategy, soft to medium. Don't know what's going to happen with the safety car. I doubt we'll have one, but...
Hey, I wouldn't say that with these lot.
Everyone's on the sauce, which is rare actually. A lot of people do mix it, especially the people below the top 10, but we don't have that many. So that's not bad. So we know everyone's on the same strategy. That's good. And the formation lap is so short. So you might want to have your predictions, Kezzy, for this race, and also how many drivers you think will be left.
Okay, out of the 12, I'm going to predict 7 to finish.
7?
Yeah, and I'm going to predict a win for Hobbsy, runner-up Jelly, and third place J. Luke.
Well, I'm going to see if Mike can win and J. Luke gets a second.
But good luck to everyone. Good luck to all of them, obviously.
Absolutely. So it is a practice race. It's for me and Kez to learn the track a little bit, learn some lines, what the start's going to be like, and of course the left kick down to turn 3 has got a turn. We've got to remember that, as the two Ferraris at the back, Smithy and Jacob Bryce, are lined up on the grid, and hopefully you're ready. Let's get going. The lights are now flicking on, shall we say, for a bit of Austria. It's a practice race. Let's find out what happens. It's lights out and away we go. And Mike gets a good start. Hobbs just tucking him behind, trying to cover off a Red Bull's teammate of Jelly as well. And the Williams of
he's damaged.
I think he's been tapped actually.
And
he's off on the right hand side. Toro Rosso's spinning around. Top Dog's got a 5-second pen for a collision with Jim.
J-Luke's come off.
And we have a virtual safety car Hedge already.
J-Luke's come off, doesn't appear to have any damage from what I can see. Top Dog's in a real mess in P12, he's got a lot of damage and a penalty, which is not ideal for the Toro Rosso driver within the first corner of the race. We've got Mills in 10th, he looks okay. As does Chimp. Just going through each car individually to make sure there's no damage. I can't see any more damage. I think it's literally Top Dog. He may have collided with J. Luke as he goes down 5 places already. A good start from Lewis in the Mercedes. He's gone up 4 from 8th. And Hobbsy also into P1 ahead of the 2 Red Bulls. So interesting start to Austria.
Absolutely, Jacob Rice is. I think he's just been up 6s for man, and he's just been overtaken by his teammate as the virtual safety car is now in, and of course we've still got to wait 2 more laps for the DRS. But like you said, most important thing, Hobbsy is into P1 with the 2 Red Bulls tucking in behind, and Jelly might be making a we contact between the 2 Red Bulls.
I saw that.
Just about into turn 1, they are going wheel to wheel down towards turn 3. No DRS, so it's just raw power at the moment. 3 battery from Jelly, 4 battery from Mike, or the other way around, sorry. And Mike, I thought he was going to think about a dive into turn 3 there, but doesn't. So Mike's lost 2 positions in the start of lap 2, and J. Luke has just got back into his P6 Kez when he dropped 1 to Smithy.
Yeah, an interesting incident with the 2 Red Bulls there. I did catch that literally on stream.
Hedgie? My pit lane, where's me?
Got 2 in the pits already, didn't even see it. So we've got Ryan Mills who's come out with the mediums straight off the bat. I need to get the tyre status on, bear with me 2 seconds as I change it. So we've got Mills with the fresh mediums, Top Dog's gone with the fresh softs. He had a 5-second penalty, but I would imagine he's done it in the pits. I didn't get a chance to see it. I was more focused on the 2 Red Bulls going neck and neck. But Top Dog puts on the softs and Mills with the fresh mediums.
And J. Rose as well,
Excuse me.
A fresh pair of softs. I don't know why. But he did, and we're on to lap 3, 109 dead. We expect that to drop quite rapidly throughout the race. But Hobbsy's got a half a second lead to Jelly, and the DRS is now on. You'll see Jelly close that gap. Might not be able to make a move this time, but he will also have another DRS zone down to turn 4 in a second. Mike's over a second.
Oh, it's a collision! Jelly and Hobbsy. Jelly's got, it might have been a glitch on my screen, it does happen on F1.
Oh, I didn't see it.
But Jelly went into the back of Hobbsy, there's no damage, so it could have been just on my screen. As he goes for the overtake, and does not get it. But yeah, there was a collision, like I said, I don't know if there's a glitch, isn't there, sometimes. Quite a frustrating glitch that shows collisions when they're not actually there, it may have just been that. But Jelly actually has got damage. He's missing a right end plate, I think. Do you want to double check that? Yeah, he is.
You're right.
So there must have been a collision. Which isn't ideal for Jelly. He went right into the back of Hobbsy.
Oh, Hobbsy's just got really wide out in turn 8, and that's going to lose him some time. But yeah, like he said, the damage is going to affect him. However, he is sticking quite close to the McLarens. He goes wide on the final. He will have DRS. Not going to make a move here, but if he gets a good exit out of 1, he's got all the way down to 3 to make that move. Look at him taking a lot of curb. And here we go, he's right behind the gearbox of the Husky Chocolate McLaren. Hobbsy's going to move to the left hand side, probably not where you want to be actually to defend this corner. And Jelly breaks kind of early and he goes wide a little bit. Can Hobbsy get a switch back? Jelly might lose some speed, and he has, so Hobbsy swaps to the left hand side as the 2 go wheel to wheel again. We might have to check if Hobbsy has damage, because if not, Jake's doing really well to
he does
keep
not
up
have
with
damage.
the McLaren. Oh, he's just hit.
There's another damage.
I think he's just hit
more
Hobbsy
damage. It's
again
the right hand side of the Red Bull. Yeah, he's missing literally the right hand side of Jelly's wing is a write-off.
Mike is now back in the
oh, the Red Bulls have collided again.
Jake has just broke into Mike. I don't know if he was trying to let him pass, or I actually don't know what he was thinking. But he's now giving his teammate left end plate damage.
I mean, that benefits Hobbsy.
Are they in communication?
I don't think they are tonight. No, they don't. I don't think they are in the same party. So a bit of a drama for the 2 Red Bulls as Jelly goes into the pits.
Hobbsy's loving life.
Hobbsy's absolutely cruising the McLaren. Jelly goes into the pits and he's put on a set of mediums, and also with that wing change.
Smile I've ever seen.
Hobbsy's wing, sorry, not Hobbsy. Jelly's wing change means he's going to set him back quite a bit. We know he's quick enough to catch up, but a bit of a nightmare for the 2 teammates in the Red Bulls then, which is an interesting scenario. It looked like Jelly did a bit of a brake check on Mike, but like you say, whether he was trying to let him pass it or not, I don't know. If they're not communicating, it makes it very difficult to know what your intentions are. That puts Jelly into P now. Obviously, with the fresh mediums, he will catch up. We know that for a fact. He is very, very quick on pretty much every circuit. Is the Red Bull the leader of the standings so far this a comfortable 2-second lead. Obviously, Mike with the damage. I'm gonna have a wait. What damage has Mike got? It looks like maybe an end plate damage. Try and get a good view on it. It's a left end plate from Mike, which will set him back a little bit. He chooses not to pit and stay out. J. Luke has already caught up after a bit of a poor start to the race. He's in P3, followed closely by his teammate Bon Goof. We've got a yellow flag, and
Lewis.
Jelly's got a penalty.
He has, and it's Merc of Lewis. He's got 2 positions for Matt, and Matt's the corner where because you can take a line there where it actually helps your exit.
I mean, look at the damage to Lewis's car. Look at the damage. He's going straight into the pits with that.
Let Jake go wide as well.
Yeah.
With his not, he could have come into a pit lane more on the inside, but it didn't really matter.
So let's keep an eye with Lewis, and I'm guessing he will also go for the medium compound. He won't. He's put a fresh set of softs on. So soft to soft for Lewis in the Mercedes. Obviously, with that broken wing, it's going to cost him a bit of time. He probably will drop to the back of the pack. Actually, he probably won't, because Top Dog is quite a distance away. So quite a few pits early on, not what people would have had in mind for sure. Mike, I think the only racer with damage that has not pitted. He has a bit of end plate damage, but he's got second. Hobbs is cruising, having no issues so far. The 2 collisions with the Red Bulls have benefited him massively, and he has a nice comfortable lead at the moment, which could change at any time. Obviously, safety car, etc., penalties all come into play a bit later on down the line. Jelly did pick up a penalty as well. Just wanted to mention that again. Didn't see what happened with him, but I'm guessing a corner cut. And I think he's the only racer to have a penalty, bar the 5-second ones that obviously get done in the pits.
So there's 2 things we have to look at here. One of them is J. Luke's pace. He is actually closing the leader gap to Hobbsy. The second thing we need to look at is we take the situation as if there's not going to be a safety car. Now we know that these soft drivers can take the tyres actually quite far to do a 1-stop onto the mediums. The people that pitted early are going to have to do a 2-stop, which will be soft to medium, which will make them average a little bit quicker. However, with the extra pit stop, they're actually losing time. In the long run. So it's going to be weird if we have a safety car. Because he's going to change every single person's strategy. And if we don't have a safety car, then it's going to open up the race up towards the end.
I mean, what I would say quickly is that Mike's distance to Hobbs is increasing by the minute, which we knew because of Mike's damage especially. But Mike and Hobbsy haven't pitted, so for them to stay out a bit longer, he's got another yellow flag, and it is Top Dog in the Toro Rosso who's come right off. He's waiting for the drivers to go past him, which is Hobbsy and Mike, and he doesn't appear to have damage. Maybe he's just lost. I'm guessing he's just lost control as he struggles to regain traction and get back on the track. He is back on now, but he's got a lot of work to do now. Has Top Dog a lap behind the leaders already.
Chase just overtaken the Ferrari of Smithy down to turn 3. Pretty textbook overtake. The DRS power helping him out. He's now got Chimp in front of him, who's still on the softs from the start of the race. So Chimp's doing fine at the moment. As long as, I think Jelly will get him very soon. Half a second behind. You can actually see him gaining down to turn 6 at the moment. He's going to have to wait for his opportunity.
Inside and doors.
I think Chimp let him have that one a little bit, just so that Chimp doesn't lose himself any time. Which is probably a smart idea. I'd do the same.
I'm sure Chimp will want me to Oh, Top Dog's come off again. You have a nightmare. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, slips.
He does have damage though. Again, to the right end plate. His right end plate has gone. It is somewhere on the track in Austria. So he's not going to pit. He was going to pit and he pulled back out. He stays on the track as Bon Goofy, the Williams driver, goes into pits. He puts on a fresh set of softs. As Tony has now retired from the session, we knew it could happen. And we've got a safety car in Austria. We're 9 laps in, and due to the retirement of Top Dog.
Not sure. No, I don't.
How was it not that?
Safety cars from retirements in the pits.
I don't think he wasn't in the pits. He was on the circuit.
He was on the circuit.
He was. He's there. He's on the straight. There we go. He was thinking about pitting, stayed out, and I'm guessing he probably thought to himself.
I bet you Hobbsy puts mediums or hards on 1 stop.
Yeah.
Could you take mediums? Yes. Will they be hurt? Yes. So here we go. Let's see what Hobbsy does. That's the most important thing. And the other question is, do Hobbsy, Mike, and J-Luke do the same
Well,
thing?
I'm going to keep an eye on Mike, who has got damage, so Mike will have to sit back a little bit in the pits. Mike gets damage, obviously, so he needs a wing change with his pink helmet on. And he goes for the yellow medium compound. J-Luke goes for the... Oh, Jelly's got another penalty.
On the safety car? Oh dear.
Yes. J-Luke goes for a fresh set of mediums. Chimp is next in the pits. Jelly stays on track. Oh, Lewis in the Mercedes with a drive-through penalty on the safety car. Not good for him. Jelly stays out, obviously. He's got fresh set of mediums. Why would he pit? Chimp has gone for the medium compound. Trying to keep an eye on everyone. Smithy's also gone for mediums, as has Jay Wills. Lewis gets a penalty for speeding in again. Not ideal from him. And finally Ryan Mills, who hasn't pitted. He's the only one not to have pitted in the race so far. The Renault stays out. 8 laps worth of medium. Oh, no, he did pit. Sorry, I apologise. He pitted very early on from the softs, I do believe. So yeah, there's no reason for him to pit so far. He may as well stay out and burn the mediums. And Hobbsy, the only one, the race leader, had a really good start to the race. The only person to go for the hard compound. He does tend to do it quite a lot, Hobbsy. If you've watched the races this season, he does tend to go for the one stop and go for hard. He did it in USA in the opening race of the season. It is something he likes to do. So not really a surprise to see him do that in the McLaren. Topnod puts in the comments, let's not talk about what happened to me. So we won't talk about it.
So the final car at the moment at the back is Lewis, and I'm sure he will catch up. We'll do one more lap on the safety car. It should come in on 11. That means we'll go on 12. We've still got 25 laps of racing to go. Still 35 minutes of racing to come in Austria. But what it has done is tightened up the grid. Now on my screen, Jacob has still not pitted. And I'm surprised he hasn't, because...
Oh yeah, I forgot about Jacob.
However, I'm not going to say it's clever, because it isn't. But my guess is that he's just going to take them a few more laps to get mediums to the end. It's kind of smart. It's just not, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
He's trying to be clever, which is good. That means he's trying to learn, and it just won't work. What you really should do is either try and get mediums on now and take it to the end, or just whack a pair of hards on. I mean, hards are terrible on a track like this, horrendous. We're just rooting down to turn number 6, and Hobbsy's still leading. Kez, your predictor.
I think I went for a Hobbsy, Jelly and J-Luke top 3, so I'm not far off. Mike's interfered with that a little bit.
So I think Mike will get ahead.
Yeah.
However, I think his tyres will deteriorate later if he's planning to go to the end. Same with J-Luke. I think he'll try and burn them early, which is a good idea sometimes.
J Wills in the McLaren puts in the chat.
Do you want to take the safety car restart?
Yes, I will do. Let me just quickly. J Wills put in the chat. I got wing damage lap 1 because someone span in front of me. I think that was Top Dog. So unfortunately for J Wills, he's in P10. But anyway, yeah, the safety car comes in and Hobbs is going to get this race underway. The only racer again to be on the hard compound, followed closely by the 2 Red Bulls in Mike and Jelly, who I'm sure will be hot on his tail for many laps to come. And I want to get the overtake. Hobbsy goes into turn 1 and stays in P1 for now. Jelly overtakes Mike and he's right on Hobbsy's tail. Mike's lost a bit of ground there early on. I think you said, did he go wide, did you say, on that first corner?
He's also under threat by a daring
and there goes J-Luke, and Jelly goes wide, and that could give J-Luke and Mike a chance to get back into the fold. J-Luke into 3rd. Mike loses his spot from 2nd straight down into P4, and Hobbsy is already under pressure from the cars behind him. Obviously with them having fresh mediums on, apart from Jelly, who adds 7 laps old mediums, a bit of pressure on Hobbsy. We've got a yellow flag, and it is Jacob Rice.
Turn number 4. So I'm wondering if he had... Well, no, he didn't have DRS, of course. Safety car restart. I'm wondering if
another yellow flag.
Oh,
yeah, Lewis has had damage with Wills. I think a collision between Lewis and Wills. which has resulted in damage
very close
for the
to
Mercedes.
Jelly. He's already right on the back of him. He's got 5 laps newer tyres as well. We'll just keep an eye on this. Hobbsy actually got a pretty poor exit, degrading down to turn 1. It's for hard tyres, not really much he can do. As they all break at the same time, and J-Luke's proper close to the Red Bull. Not going to get the slipstream he requires though, the extra 13% coded into the game, but he's getting closer. And when we have DRS next lap, oh, Jelly makes a dive bomb.
He's gone for it, and he's really wide.
And J-Luke might have, didn't get the exit he wanted.
Jelly goes down to P4.
Did he hit a wall?
Just a quick pit update for you, Jack. We've got J-Wills onto the hards, and followed by Jacob, who's gone for mediums. I think Jacob, that was his first pit, I do believe. So J-Wills has followed his teammate onto the hard compound. Just a quick pit update for you.
Thanks very much. I'm expecting J-Luke to get past Hobbsy. When we have DRS, when we cross the line, the mediums and the hards will win, and J-Luke did set the fastest quality time, so he's obviously quick. And Hobbsy's doing alright though, to keep that distance, just under half a second on those hard compound tyres, which I will admit are not very good, as Jacob picks up a 3-second pen. So DRS will be on, not for this one, but for the next turn after 1. And as you can see at the bottom left hand side of your screen, can J-Luke find that, what shall we say, the gap to make it count? I don't think so. Is
Jelly gets
another penalty?
That's 6
is that
seconds.
9 or 12? No, it might be more, you know, really.
I think it is more. I think you're right. He had a 5-second moment done in the pits. I'll do a quick check. That is, yes, you're right. That is now 9 seconds for Jelly.
Hobbsy's doing incredibly on the exit speed, with hard tyres as well. He's got a Williams that's closing down quickly as well, and he just seems to get out of the corners with the hard tyres pretty well. Someone's in the pit, Kaz.
Oh, yeah, pit update again. Lewis comes out of the pits. Oh, that was his drive-through. He had a drive-through penalty. He's just done that in the pits now. And just stay above J-Wills literally by nothing. Oh, there's a collision! And Lewis appeared to hit J-Wills off the track. He's regained traction.
He goes wheel to wheel down to turn 9, and he's going to have the inside line. Hobbsy's going to let him have it. And J-Luke is now into P1. Now, will J-Luke keep the tyre to the end, or will he pit for soft later?
Just quickly, Jack, a bit of an update from the back of the grid. I think we've got a bit of a rivalry going on between Lewis in the Mercedes and Wills in the McLaren, both in new cars, of course. And I think there's a bit of a new rivalry going on. On the straight, then, Lewis appeared to just wipe Wills off the track. He regained traction, luckily. But I think we've got a little bit of a rivalry going on here between the two of them, so that could be something to keep an eye on.
Love to see it.
That was a bit of drama.
It's a practice race. I mean, anything that's really naughty, we'll do something about it. But
yeah, like I said, I only caught a bit of it, but you can look back on the stream later. It looked like it appeared that Lewis came out of the pits after doing his
it's quite an awkward.
drive-through.
I mean, it's only really awkward when someone's like too wide before like someone comes out of the pits.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be an issue. Like Australia, it doesn't come straight into the line. You can stay to the right. So hopefully on Friday it isn't too much of an issue. It shouldn't be.
I mean, look, it is understandable to lose. Oh, might get a penalty in the Red Bull. No, as serious as you want it to be, there's not that what's the word? Not that energy there. Maybe to push it as much as you'd want. If this was a real race, you'd want to push a bit more, wouldn't you? And I'm sure that these lads would focus more, get their head down. Because you're playing for points at the end of the day in a real race. Obviously this is just a practice. Obviously still want to do well and show what you can do ahead of Friday's race, but of course that concentration does go a little bit in a practice race.
So Jelly and Mike
are
going wheel to wheel
yeah.
down to turn 4 actually, and Mike either gets a position or keeps it. I'm not too sure who's ahead first, but down to turn 5 and 6. I don't know how that little right turn to turn 5. I've no clue. I don't know how the little left kink going down to the tight is turn 2 either. Mike does really well to get a really good exit out of turn 7 as well. Rides a bit of a curb on the right hand side, which you're not supposed to do. As you can see, it's cost him a bit of time as well, as Jelly's just trying to keep as close as he can. He has got 5 lap older tyres, and you see him back there as he goes wide on the curb of turn 10. So Jelly's restricting himself at the moment, Kez, kind of. But if you commentate the next 2 DRS zones, because I feel, maybe not this one, but the next one he might make a move.
Go for it, yeah. We've got a yellow flag just as you pass commentary over to me. I'm not sure where that's come from. As Jelly goes for the overtake on Mike and gets it for now. Mike goes for the inside to regain the overtake. Gain his position, should I say, sorry. And gets it again. So really good racing between Red Bulls as Jelly once again goes onto the right hand side of Mike and regains P3. The battle continues for P3. Will Mike go for it again? Jelly's got it for now, but Mike might go on the inside of Jelly. A real battle going on here between the 2 Red Bulls, which you love to see. Jelly for now has P3, but I'm sure that Mike will want that back as Hobbsy chases J. Luke, who is opening a bit of a gap now with them mediums as Jelly and Mike look to put pressure on Hobbsy in P2. But yeah, I mean, that lap was incredible. Jelly was third for 1 minute, then Mike, then Jelly, then Mike, rotating for fun, but it ends with a yellow flag again, and it is Lewis in the Mercedes who's come off again, and he's having a bit of a nightmare here. Is the Mercedes driver as he's on the grass at the moment. He lets Jacob overtake him, and that's Lewis now into P11. Another yellow flag, which I think could have been the same incident, just popping up again on my screen. But Lewis now into P11, back of the pack, and has got work to do as Jelly keeps his... We've got another yellow flag. It keeps happening all the time to me. Again, I'm not sure where that's come from. Let's get eyes on board with the Red Bull of Mike Whitty, who again looks for that overtake on Jelly for the podium position. A real battle, as I say, going on between these 2 drivers. But they do both have penalties, let's not forget. Jelly with a 9-second penalty, and Mike, I think, has a 3-second penalty. So both penalties for the Red Bulls as Jelly goes on the gravel a little bit, takes it really wide, which gives Mike an opportunity to close the gap a little bit. You feel on this next straight, Mike could push and go for that overtake. They both want it. They both want that P3 position. They're both hungry for it. They're both very competitive, and I'm sure it could get very interesting indeed. Mike's got his DRS. Probably won't get Jelly here. But again, he's closing that gap, and it's only a matter of time, you feel, until that position changes again and Mike and Jelly swap roles. Goes on the inside of, sorry, the outside of Jelly and gets him, and Mike retains P3 for now, but it changes again as Jelly gets it. It's a role reversal all the time between the 2 of them. Great racing, to be fair.
Reversal, that's the new terminology.
There you go, you'll use that more often, won't you? But literally, that's all it is. Mike gets damage and goes onto the gravel, and Luke, oh, he's got end plate damage. He forced it.
I saw that from Buckinghamshire.
And a real slip up from Mike gives Jelly a chance to pull away as Mike goes into the back of his Red Bull teammate. Not for the first time tonight have we seen a collision between the 2 Red Bulls. A bit of a rivalry going on here between the 2 of them. Could we see a Ricciardo and Verstappen scenario maybe, where they don't really get along, but they do the job? We will see.
So we don't have access to the braking lights. I'm also not a pro driver, so I can't vision it. So either Jake, it looked like either Mike wasn't expecting him to brake that early. It looked like he broke early, to be fair, or he just did a Hobbs in Australia on Arab. It did exactly the same thing.
Well, Naomi's put in the chat laughing face. She's laughing at her boyfriend here.
Oh, yes, good. Yes, good. I love that. See, at the moment, we're reaching a point, as we did in Abu Dhabi, where, oh, Jacob spun his Ferrari, and you want to call it, because I'm guessing you want on it.
No.
But out of turn 7, he just took too much of a curb that everyone's been doing, and he lost. He had a bit of tack slapper, and Jay Wills is coming. Oh no, it's Hobbsy coming through, so he's going to have to. Oh my days! He just nearly did a Vettel in Italy. He just nearly blocked the track, and then nearly did a Stroll after it. Love to see it. Anyway, so Jay Luke's gap at front, 7 seconds. Jelly's 3.5 behind. Sorry, Hobbs. I'm awful at my job. Yeah, so Jelly's 3.5 seconds behind, but he might have to spin again.
In the Williams, taking that first corner very, very wide. He went on the curb. Hobbs hasn't got any, I don't think. As Boring Goofy overtakes Mike, who enters the pit lane. He is stuck behind Jacob in the front at the moment. Mike goes for a fresh set of softs. He's going to go 15 laps on the soft compound. But it gives an opportunity now for the likes of Smithy, Chimp, Wills to all gain ground on Mike, as Mills overtakes him. I mean, Mills has now had 19 laps on the mediums. It's only been a matter of time you feel until he pits, because them tyres look dead. Mike comes out of the pits behind the 2 Ferraris who are now battling it out. They are on different laps.
Jake has been lapped.
Yeah, they are on different laps. But Mike's in P7, followed behind Chimp in 8th, Will's 9th. Another yellow flag. I'm guessing between them 2 Ferraris.
No, it's just Jacob slowed down. I love it because for Jacob's yellow, it is Mike's overtake on Swift. He's going to breeze past with the exit speed and the DRS assistance. Jacob, so to move out of the way, all you have to do is just move a little bit. But Jacob slows right down and goes on the grass just to make sure they have all the track. I love it. Yeah, Jacob is lapped at the moment. You can check that by looking at the leader gap, and you can see who else is also lapped. So J-Wills is nearly being lapped as Born Goofy goes in the pits.
Yeah, I'm just watching Born Goofy now, see what tyres he puts on.
So the bottom 3 at the moment,
mediums,
9th,
it would be
10th,
mediums.
11th.
I mean, Born Goofy did do a soft, so we knew he'd put on mediums there. Obviously, another set of softs would have ended in a disqualification.
Yeah, right.
So we knew that Born Goofy put softs on. He's still in this race.
Mills is due on as well.
Ryan Mills is 4th, but is in pit with 20 lap mediums. It is definitely due a pit. As he's Jelly, don't forget, he's had 17 laps of mediums, so he's due a pit as well. Which brings all these races back in. Don't forget, Obbs, he's not pitting. He may not be the quickest on the margins at the moment, but he will not be pitting again. Bar a safety car or bar damage, he will go to the end.
There's soft tyre pit.
So there's J-Luke pitting. That'll give Hobbsy a chance to regain his P1. I'm not imagining J-Luke's going to go for softs. I'd be very surprised if he didn't. But it gives all the other drivers a bit of a chance just to catch up a little bit. J-Luke does go for the soft compound, which will end. He will end his race on them.
I put my life on it because J-Luke's already got the fastest lap, that he will get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I mean, Mike
as well by
Mike puts in the chat, both broke late, I think. I think he's referring to the incident with Jelly, but give him wing damage. We'll go back at it.
Yeah, so, like I said, we can't see the braking zones.
Yeah.
On the spectator mode. It did look quite... I don't know, it's weird, because I'm thinking now it looks like Jake broke early, but now I'm trying to re-see it. Maybe Mike did brake late. And the only way you'll know is by asking the drivers themselves. And if they tell you, you know, if Mike says, yeah, I broke late, then there you go.
We have Mike and, sorry to interrupt, Jack, we have Mike and Born Goofy neck and neck here. They are battling each other. Born Goofy with a fresh medium back with a fresh softs. And Born Goofy takes a P5 as Mike goes wide and gets, oh, it's not Mike actually, it's Jelly of the Red Bull, the other Red Bull, who receives a penalty going on to the straight as we enter lap 24 of 36. 2/3 of the way through, going towards the, what I like to call the business end of the race now, where any Born Goofy, is that him and Mike battling it out? It looks like it. Was that, did I miss something then?
Yeah, going wheel to wheel down to turn 9. Yeah, Born Goofy just tank slaps it a little bit. They were going wheel to wheel. And Mike has got the traction, but Born Goofy just puts his cat however he wants it. He's defending alright, bit shaky, cut off Mike a couple of times, but he's just learning, and
of course.
It's as long as it doesn't happen on Friday, it's not too big of an issue. Just got to be careful with the lines you take, because one of them you will hurt someone.
Yeah.
And now
Mike's onto the grass.
So you can't do that. Now he will you know, obviously he'll learn, but you cannot do that, because what you've done there is, what Born Goofy's done there is, he's not given a car's width. He's just said you can go off a track, which is obviously not allowed. I mean,
you can iron that out, can't you? This is what practice races are for noticing these things, and so I'm sure his intentions are not to cause any trouble. But when you're new to a game and new to a league, you can make simple mistakes. It can happen. But like I said, this is what practice races are for, aren't they? To iron them out before the race on Friday.
No, I wouldn't expect Mike to do that to anyone else. I mean, if Mike did that to someone, you'd be able to go to him and say, "Yo, why have you done that? You know how to race." But you know, it will require a little message to say, you know, you can't do that. But that's all it is. And we'll have practice races on Wednesday, probably Thursday as well. As long as you learn from it, that's fine. Mike goes down to turn 1-4. The overtake should be kind of textbook. They both break at the same time. Goofy gives him a room, and Mike gets away on the softs for being a little bit behind. As putting 12.3 behind Jake as well.
Quick pit update again. Jelly.
What was I going to say?
Yep, go on.
I
can't remember now. Can't remember. Quick pit update. Jelly goes on to fresh softs. That obviously go to the end of the race. As does Mills. He had a good race, Mills. Done his job. Likes a Smithy and Chimp as Jake gets another penalty. I think his race is out yet. Could we get a safety car? He's off the track. I very much doubt it. He's only a VSC. And we are down to 10. And poor Jacob, who turns up every single week, bless him. Doesn't get much luck on the game. You got to love his commitment. And he's turned up again tonight. He's left it 26 laps. And unfortunately, he's out of the race. We're down to 10. I mean, let's have a look at the pit situation. Lewis, with 15 laps of mediums, will pit again. We know that for a fact. Wills on the hards will probably go to the end. Chimp needs to pit again, as does Smithy. Mills, Goofy, Mike, Jelly, Luke and Hobbsy will all likely go to the end. Obviously, depending on whether they get damage or not. Wills and Hobbsy, both McLarens, both on hards. Hobbsy leads at the moment, followed closely by Luke, and with Luke having them fresh softs compared to Hobbsy's 16 lap old hards, likely it is he'll overtake him at some point. But apart from them two, there was a big gap. Jelly 20 seconds behind with the fresh softs. He's also got a penalty as well, but has got a lot. As Mills, spoke about Mills, and he gets a penalty. He's first of the race. Bon Goofy overtakes Mike back into P4. But yeah, going back to Jelly at the moment, he has got a good lap, got penalties. Sorry, a good gap, should I say. He has got penalties, like you say, but with that gap, he should be okay as J-Luke overtakes Hobbsy. We knew it'd happen eventually. And you'd fully expect J-Luke to pull away now and win this race. I know there's still plenty of time yet, but with his fresh softs compared to Hobbsy's hards, you can't see how Hobbsy's going to keep up with him. And there's now a 20-second gap behind them to Jelly. So realistically, J-Luke should win this race. Bar a safety car, bar damage, bar penalties, should win this race. Hobbsy second, of course. His hards are, hards are meant to go to the end. He will be slow on them, or slower, should I say? Maybe not slow, but definitely slower. And then Jelly on the fresh softs will go to the end. We know how quick Jelly is, how good he is at this. He should have a P3 in the bag due to his gap between Goofy and Mike, who are still battling out. Followed closely by Mills. We've got a little bit of a battle of P4 going on here. Mills, Goofy and Mike are all in contention. Mills falling at the back a little bit. J-Luke gets another fastest lap. But Goofy and Mike and Mills, like you say, all battling for a P4, all with relatively fresh tyres. As Chimp comes out of the pits for softs, which we knew would happen eventually as well. Realistically, every driver now should probably go to the end. They've all got pretty fresh tyres on, apart from the two McLarens with the hard compounds. As Chimp lets Hobbsy go past him. Hobbsy now needs to get past Smithy. Which will also allow J-Luke to open up an even bigger gap, as Hobbsy is currently stuck behind the Ferrari and Smithy lets him past. And now J-Luke has a 3.5 second lead on Hobbsy, and he's starting to pull away, and like we mentioned a minute ago, probably will win the race now. The Williams driver, he's a fantastic racer, he's done his job. If Hobbsy was on softs, it'd probably be a different story, but with him having hards on, it kind of kills it for him a little bit. But he's got P2, he's got a comfortable 15-second lead on Jelly, who has got penalties as well, so you'd like to think that the top two now, bar any individual errors, have this in the bag. I'll let you get a word in, Limmy, because I've been speaking for about 5 minutes straight there, so I do apologise.
Yeah, cheers. I actually disagree. I think Jelly will get a P2 here.
Oh, do you?
It's a 14-second gap, new softs, 8 laps to do it. He has to do about 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, but you're also forgetting he has 12 seconds worth of penalties.
I am forgetting he does have 12 seconds of penalties. So that would mean he'd have to do...
I mean, if Jelly gets a P2 from me,
2 seconds a lap.
It is an incredible job. As Chimp gets a penalty, I think it's his first of the race.
So I actually disagree with myself. No, I thought to always.
We have a couple of comments. Sorry, Jack, just to interrupt quickly. We have Jacob Rice, who put Couldn't be arsed, mate. Was too far behind, so crashed out. Well, fair play to you, mate. You turned up again. It'll come. I have no doubt about that. It's a hard game to get into, and you've only just started playing it. It's very hard to get into, and it will come eventually. Amelia Greenmund says, we are both doing good with love art. Thank you very much for that. Go on, Jack, you take it away.
Love you too, Dosser. Do you know, practice races are good because normally we'd be sat here, we'd have drinks, we'd have snacks, we'd be shouting, and we'll be doing that on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll be doing that on Saturday for Spain for sure. But practice races are good. It's just there's no pressure on us. There's no real pressure on the drivers. It's just for them to get an idea for strategy. If they got a good strategy tonight, they did have a safety car. They are prepared, and they'll be prepared with some rain on Wednesday, just in case when we put dynamic weather on, because Austria can get wet. We've seen the action that we've needed to see.
It gives us an insight as commentators, doesn't it, to sort of get a bit of information for Friday. Who's going to be up there, who isn't.
I mean, I've done Austria many times. I mean,
you have. You're a lot more experienced than I am.
6 different leagues, and you know, although you know some of these drivers are 3, even 6 seconds slower than the ones you saw yesterday, it's still the same concept. I mean, if he does that on Friday, if he gets 15 to 18 seconds worth of penalties, he's in big trouble.
Who was that? Sorry, I was looking at it. Oh, Jelly.
This is not a track where you can just pull away.
I mean, what I would say, sorry to interrupt you, Limmy, what I would say, in my opinion, is on Friday, he's going to be a bit more cautious. Of course he is. I'd be very surprised if Jelly picked up 5 to 6 seconds.
What you don't want to do either is get no penalties tonight and then become complacent.
Yeah, that's it. It works both ways, doesn't it? That's it. Yeah. But I would imagine, look, Jelly's been, technically speaking, the best racer in the leader so far this season. Most consistent racer. He's top of the grid.
He's done well in the past.
He's done very well, and of course, we've not got the added addition of Jay Luca. We know is very, very quick. He can't make the race on Friday because he can only race Saturdays.
Went wheel to wheel with Born Goofy down to turn 3, and he should have that overtake pretty much textbookly done, and he does. And the soft tire is helping him out, just getting past Mr. Goofy or Polite Chef in the stream. What was I saying?
About Jelly's penalties, etc.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, in terms of the constructors, though, yes, he's done very well. Yes, he's in prime position. Yes, he forced himself to start at the back at Monaco and still did really well, apart from the mistakes he made.
It was Australia he started at the back, sorry, just to...
Australia. And obviously only didn't get first because of that incident with Arab.
Yeah.
And we've also
very true.
Obviously upped the shoeing now. With the new rules, and so it's clear whatever you do, this is what it'll get, and the drivers have to be cautious.
Jay Luke is off! He's off the track! He's gone onto the gravel, and that could and should bring Hobbsy and Jelly back into this race with 4 laps to go.
He won't get right in front of Hobbsy.
And Hobbsy gets P1. J Luke didn't get any damage, I don't believe, but lost traction. I got it right on the stream, and just flew into the gravel. And with 4 laps to go, a bit of drama. We thought J Luke had it in the bag, and all of a sudden, that's all it takes. Like we said earlier, you can do 30 to 35 laps, and Jelly retires. We have got drama, and I think it's the same thing that Jay Luke did. And we've got a safety car, which will probably finish the race on, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We had no...
Do you know what? I've done commentary for a very long time. I've done career mode for many years. I have never finished a race on a safety car.
Now, what this does is...
I do think we'll have 1 lap left. I think it will do 3.
Now, what I would say is, very quickly... Someone like Ryan Mills, who as far as Moyes only got 3 seconds worth of penalties, is right back in this race for a podium. As is Born Goofy, as is Jay, I mean, I will check penalties again in a moment. But all these drivers towards the back are back in this race.
You gotta look at... See, Born Goofy there, he could have pitted. Because... There was no one near him.
Yeah.
He'd have fresh softs for a lap left. He could absolutely abuse them. But he's going for track position, ish. But everyone's going to overtake the safety car as well because Hobbsy slapped the safety car. if Hobbs, see what do we do now? Does Hobbsy pit and go?
I mean, that is the
lose that
latest safety
position,
car I've
or-
ever seen in F1. To have a safety car on lap 33 is incredible. But that's what we're saying. We have 32 laps of relatively little drama.
J-Luke's pitted.
We have relatively little drama for 32 laps. I mean, we had bits and bobs, didn't we? But then to have two top-end racers. I mean, I didn't see what happened to Jelly. He might have just given
to
up.
be fair, got to be careful with that, because if this race, what's happened tonight,
Yeah.
happened on Friday.
Yeah.
I'd tell you right now, with the commentary we'd be doing, I'd have enjoyed this race.
Mhm.
It's because it's a practice race and we're not shouting and
Of course. Mhm.
that you think it's not as good as it is. This race has had two safety cars.
Very
it's
true.
had colossal drama at the end. If we had this on Friday,
We'd be
I'd
happy.
be very, very
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. I suppose you're right. I just meant that what I meant by that was we've not seen massive collisions or anything, have we? We've not seen. You know, that is the most drama we've seen, is what I'm trying to say. In the space of a lap, we've had two cars there going off track. We've had J. Luke going off and losing his P1, and then Jelly going off the track and going out the race. And a safety car with 3 laps to go. It's pretty crazy. It's coming in now, so it's going to be 2 laps of racing. But this does bring everybody back into the fold a little bit.
No DRS.
Chimp gets a penalty,
no DRS
which
at all.
I mean, Chimp's got a penalty there. I don't know what happened, but that has basically killed his chances of being up there now.
No DRS gets for the 2 laps.
Oh, really?
That's important.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay.
It should do another lap because no one's there, which is why it's coming in. Because I've never seen anyone.
I mean,
What's happening with
let's
Hobbs?
have a quick look at J. Luke. He's behind Smithy, Chimp, and Wills. All out behind, of course.
Oh,
But that gives
yeah.
Hobbsy a chance to pull away a little bit. A bit of breathing space for Hobbsy. Very unfair on J. Luke. It's a crazy rule.
See, in real life, as I explained in my stream last week, they
I mean, Chip needs to pull over there. Chip needs to move across for him, which he has done. Or he hasn't really. A bit naughty from Chimp, that, really. He should have let him... As should Jay Wills. Let him overtake. They are doing now. Or maybe not even. Maybe Jay Wills trying to help his teammate out a little bit there, but they do let him go past eventually. And now we've got a bit of a battle on here. With a lap to go. I do believe Jay Luke's got a penalty, though, as Hobbsy. Let me have a quick look at that, because that could play a big part as to who wins
Looks
this
like
race.
I'll do the racing, man.
I'll look at the penalty, you do the racing.
To turn 6 we go, and J Luke's cut that gap from 2 seconds to 0.2 already, right on the rear gearbox of the McLaren driver. Photos, turn 7, 25 laps. Hobbsy's done him a hard times as well, so he's struggling. Moves to the right hand side already, going defensive down to turn 9, and Joey's going to go round the outside, but Hobbsy takes a lot of curb, doesn't get a penalty for it, just about 2 tyres over, which is fine. And you can see yellow flag set to 3, I believe that's a Toro Rosso, and it might be Chip, it is Chip, and J-Lu goes wheel to wheel with the McLaren driver of Hobbsy down to turn 1, both go through together, but Hobbsy tucks in, and J-Lu takes the net lead of the Austrian Grand Prix on the final lap. And I'm sure, hopefully by this time, Kez might have an update on pens.
Yes, J. Luke has got a 3-second penalty limit, and Hobbsy's got none. So Hobbsy just needs to keep within 3 seconds and wins the race.
That's close. So he's already a second ahead, no DRS. And let's find out then.
Just quickly, I think Ryan Mills is on for a podium.
Maybe, let's find out. So, down
I'm not
to
too sure.
turn 6, J. Luke's going 1.3 seconds. You say he needs 3. Now that's going to be pretty hard to do, but he has got some newish softs and he needs to push them as much. 1.7 now. This actually might be close because these 2 right hand corners that are 90
Hobbsy's gone into the gravel.
And the soft tyres.
And that might give J. Luke the win.
Well, 2.5 seconds. It's going to be really, really close, Kez. But let's find out. J. Luke comes across the line. Has he done enough to take the win in Austria? Let's find out. It's 2.7. It's 2.8. It's 2.9.
Hobbsy's won it.
Oh, by
Wow.
1 tenth, Hedgehog.
Wow.
1.5 tenths. But see, Mo gets a podium, he doesn't.
Ryan Mills finishes P4. Which is a very good effort from Ryan Mills.
How weird is that? So 6th, 7th and 8th have finished because they got lapped and we've just got to wait for Born Goofy. So Chimp had an accident on, it was the lap 30, the end of 35,
Yeah, right
start
at
of
the
36.
end. He's lost his left end plate.
And oh yeah.
Which is a massive
1.5 tenths. Hey, if we have that on Friday,
but what a race! For a practice race, that is fantastic. My prediction wasn't bad. I predicted a Hobbsy win and we got a Hobbsy win. I predicted J Luke to get a podium. I did say third and not second.
J-Luke let me down. If you're listening, J-Luke, you've done
and I
me
predicted
over.
Jelly to get a podium, but it didn't happen. But look, that is a practice race. I'm sure that on Friday we'll see a lot more drivers. Don't forget the likes of Chris Panda and the 2 racing points aren't here tonight, for example, and them 3 have been up there all season. So I'm sure this will be filled with drama on Friday. We could possibly have a full grid. I like to think so. But a very enjoyable practice. For a practice race, you can't ask much more than that. We had collisions, we had safety cars, we had practically everything. And I'm sure that everybody enjoyed it. It's a chance to get a feel for the circuit ahead of Friday's race. As J Wills puts in the chat, I was in front of Chimp, who took a defensive line and hit me. So I'm not sure what happened there. Like I say, on Friday, all these incidents will get clipped. And they will all be put into the chat and they'll all get submitted, etc, etc. Very hard to keep track as commentator because you can't see everything. As the race finally ends, Chimp crosses. I don't think Chimp even finished. He retired, right? They must have given up at the end. As we see a Hobbsy win in the McLaren in the Austria practice race. Anything you want to say, Limmy?
Not really. I mean, it was fun. Of course, we sound a little bit boring. But on Friday,
not always excitement on Friday, isn't it?
Of
course there is.
This doesn't actually mean anything. It is just a chance really for Kez to get used to the track and the most important corners, and also the drivers really. What else we got? Got laughing faces from Miss Greenwood. We've got yes from Mike. We've got GG's from Born Goofy. We've got nice from Miss Grundy's. And Will's comment that you said, but it was good. Penalties though, I know of course the drivers will be a little bit more, so we say, serious on Friday, but J Luke was quick.
Yeah, let's not forget he started sixth
he won't
as
be
well.
there on Friday.
Let's not forget, I mean, J Luke will not be there on Friday. We have the 2 racing points, like I said, didn't race tonight. They're top of the constructors, so they'll be up for it on Friday. Chris Panda as well, amongst others. Before you go, Limmy, anything you want to say before I finish it off?
There was one thing. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, you can. I don't know.
Right. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah,
go on. Are you sure?
Wrap it up.
You'll probably remember when we end the stream.
I know. Wrap it up.
What I want to say is thank you to all 13 drivers, or 12 drivers, should I say, for turning up for the practice race. Really do appreciate it. Without you, it wouldn't be possible to do this season. Thank you for all 20 of you that watch the stream. That is pretty incredible for my first ever stream. I'm quite happy with that. And thank you everyone, really. Thank you, Limmy, for the commentary as always. And we will see you possibly for another practice race during this week. I'm not too sure yet. Depends on whether everybody's free. But if not, I'm sure we will see you on Friday in Austria. Take care. Goodbye.